So I saw a lot of people online talking about what's going on in Baltimore right now. So I thought I'd make a vlog really quick to touch on it and get you guys' opinion and inform for people in case you don't know what's going on right now. So right now out in Baltimore, Maryland, people are protesting. Well, it started off as a protest about the 25-year-old who died the other day after he was taken into custody by the Baltimore City Police. And so people began protesting. And the protesting ended up turning into a riot. So far, I think it said like 20 something people have been arrested. 24 people have been arrested. A dozen police officers have been injured. They've called in 500 state troopers, so 500 Maryland state troopers. They've called in 5,000 neighboring police officers. Even the National Guards got called in, so it's gotten a little out of hand. People are rioting. They're walking down the streets with torches. They are damaging vehicles. They're damaging stores. They are looting. It seems like it's just a hot mess going on out there. And the businesses have had to close up early because it's not safe for them to be open, because people are running into the buildings, setting buildings on fire, smashing windows, throwing stuff through the windows. It's just not safe. They even canceled the Oriole baseball game that was supposed to happen tonight because they were in close distance to where all the rioting was going on. So everybody's really concerned about their safety in Maryland, in Baltimore specifically, and it seems like things have just gotten way out of control. I never really understood the whole rioting as a form of protesting because in the end you have to live there. So those people who are protesting and rioting in Maryland, in Baltimore, they probably live in Baltimore. They are probably rioting in neighborhoods that they live in. So after all of this is over, when all the smoke clears and the officers retreat back and the citizens retreat back, they are going to be left with a war zone. That's what their city is going to look like, a war zone. So all the neighborhoods that were once prominent neighborhoods, all the businesses, everything is going to look like a war zone. And what good is that going to do for the people who are in Baltimore? Like, what good is that going to do for them? So I never really understood the whole rioting thing. It seems a little outrageous if you ask me, and I'm not really sure what they think they're going to accomplish, because at the end of the riot, those officers are going to go home, the people are going to go home, and everything is just going to be a mess in the city of Baltimore. And personally, if I was, a citizen in Baltimore, I would leave. I would not stay in Baltimore because there's so much that's going to have to be rebuilt. But people aren't just able to pick up and move like that. So people who live in Baltimore, they're going to stick around, and they're going to have to look at all the eyesores. They're going to have to look at all the burned down buildings. They're going to have to look at all the debris and garbage everywhere as a result of what the citizens did as a form of protest. Now, protesting is one thing, but to take it to the rioting stage is another thing. I saw something pretty interesting on Facebook, as a matter of fact, that I thought I would include in here. I'll include the picture in this video, so you should see the picture about now probably. So anyway, in the picture, if you read it, basically somebody was saying that the media is basically just showing what they want to show. The protest did not start off as a violent protest. It was just people walking down the street. And in the picture, in the article, well, not the article, but the post that someone posted, they said that they walked through many communities. I think it said like 3 miles they walked through, and had no issues, no violence or anything. They walked through the hood areas, and they had no problems as far as violence was concerned. The only time that it became violent was when they got into the downtown, and the white officers began to call the black protesters out of their names. And it's kind of funny because it's basically like history just repeating itself. You know, back in the day when Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement and all that were protesting and walking down the streets, the same type of thing occurred, except, you know, people weren't as fed up. You know, I think now people are even more fed up with all of the racism and the hatred from those individuals who do still partake in racist behavior. So I think that, you know, it's history repeating itself. So, you know, same type of stuff was going on back then. This is not new. I live in Detroit, and if you study the history of Detroit, Detroit went through 3 separate race riots throughout its history. It's been 3 separate ones. The most recent one occurred in, I believe it was like 1967, I believe it is. And, you know, same type of stuff went on. The tanks had to get called in. National Guard had to come in and stop the citizens from rioting the city, which could play a part as to why Detroit is the way that it is now. There's still abandoned buildings. There's still communities that are burnt down. There's still communities that have nothing, like no houses, no nothing, it's just open ground. So, you know, that's what happens when you protest and burn down your city. Like, this is your city. You should want to uphold it and uplift it. But if you think that the only way that your voice can be heard is by rioting, burning down the city, you're in for a rude awakening, because at the end of the day, that's your city. You have to live there. So, you know, I don't really understand. But that's what's going on right now in Baltimore. You know, so we have to say prayers for all those people out in Baltimore who are, you know, participating in this riot, and also the citizens who are not participating, who are, I guess, in hiding, sort of trying to stay safe during this time. So, like I said, we're going to pray for the people in Baltimore. Hopefully this issue will resolve. I heard that the mayor has issued a curfew starting Tuesday morning. There will be a curfew out, so hopefully things will die down. If anything else comes about, I will make another vlog and update you. I'll probably make another vlog tomorrow anyway, to see, you know, just to follow up with what's going on. So hopefully you guys will say some prayers tonight for all those people in Maryland. If you're in Maryland, please be safe. If you're in the Baltimore area, please be safe. And, you know, comment on this video and let me know what's going on, what you're seeing. Is it happening like the media is portraying it? Like, I live in Detroit, so I only know what I've read off of CNN and other media sources. So is the information that I've provided accurate? Like, what are you seeing as you walk down your street? What's going on? What, you know, is the media telling it like it is, or, you know, what's really going on? So, hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to comment your thoughts or information that you have pertaining to this incident that's going on right now as I recorded this live. So, see you guys in my next video.